When people begin drawing flowers, it often feels like you have to memorize hundreds of different shapes. But in reality, many flowers share the same underlying structure. And once you understand that structure, something as simple as a daisy can become the starting point for drawing dozens of different flowers. In this tutorial, I'll show you how to build a flower using simple shapes, why understanding structure makes drawing easier, and how to bring it to life using just pen and ink. Let's get to it. For this practice, we're going to need a pencil, an eraser. It can be any eraser. I always like to cut little chunks of my eraser for thinner details, but you can use any eraser that you have in hand, and a pen. It can also be any pen you have in hand. To draw our daisy, I like to begin with a small circle, which represents the center of the flower. Then, I add a larger circle around it. Now, I simply begin drawing petals that grow from the center and extend toward the outer circle. Not all the petals have to touch the outer circle exactly. It's really just a visual guide to help us keep the proportions consistent. I also like to vary petals slightly. Some may be a little wider and some a little narrower. Remember, nature rarely repeats the exact same shape twice. And if you want, you can draw a second layer of petals in the little gaps you may find. And once you understand this structure, you can start changing small things. For example, in this second exercise, I'm making the inner circle a little bigger to create a cosmos flower. Cosmos usually have around 8 petals, so I divided my circle in 8 parts. And using each dividing line as a guide, I'll start drawing each of my petals. You may add less or more, make them thinner or slightly curved. And suddenly, this same structure could become a dogwood flower, a chamomile, or even the beginning of a sunflower. And this is why structure is so powerful when drawing flowers. And now, for our third exercise, we'll make the inner circle even a little bigger. This time, we're going to draw a spray chrysanthemum, or often called daisy mums. And because these flowers don't have an exact, distinctive amount of petals, we can just add as many as we want. We can turn around our paper just to make things more comfortable for us. And again, don't worry about perfection. We really aren't aiming for this right now. This is only an exercise. You can leave this flower as is, or you can add a second or even a third layer of petals. To do this, you can draw an extra inner circle to mark the second round of inner petals, or simply add irregular size ones here and there. And using my own reference here as a guide, I'll go ahead and add my third back layer of petals. And now, for our last exercise, we're going to make an even bigger inner circle to create the base of a sunflower. Now, sunflowers can have between 35 to sometimes closer to 100 petals, distributed in different size layers. So for this example, we're just going to randomly draw enough so it looks balanced. Now that I have my basic structure, I'm going to start inking my flowers in a very simple way. This time we're not going to be paying that much attention to the light, at least not just yet. We're just going to ink and outline all of our flowers. I'm going to speed up the video so it doesn't feel so tedious, so bear with me for a second. This is also a super quick and easy way to ink a flower, and I promise you it won't take you nearly as long. You can start by just outlining the shapes and just add a few more details in the petals and the center. You can also ink right away without a sketch, just drawing the two-circle structure. But a sketch is always a good option, especially if you're just starting. And now, I'm going to quickly add the details to these flowers using my Micron O2. I'm going to lightly shade the folds and the areas from the center and outwards. If you'd like to continue exploring botanical drawing with me, feel free to subscribe so you don't miss the upcoming tutorials. Now, I'm going to recreate the natural texture lines that each petal has. Most daisies usually have two, one on each side that follows the natural direction of the petals. And remember that you don't have to overdo it. Even a few lines can give the flower a sense of volume. For the center of the flower, we're going to use a technique called stippling, which consists of building texture and value using small dots instead of lines. By placing these dots closer together, we can create darker areas, and by spacing them farther apart, we can keep the surface lighter. It's a very patient technique, but it gives you a lot of control over value and texture. And for our second flower, we have a little reference here. We're going to try to emulate this little center and also a little bit of the petals too. We can see they have these little lines that we're going to try to recreate. To do so, we're going to apply the stippling technique once again. This time, we're going to create a different texture. This time, I'm going to use my Micron O8 for faster, darker results. Now, as you can see, we try to recreate this darker area in the center of our flower here. And this is also creating some kind of volume, because if you can see this inner part, it kind of goes like a little under this outer part of the center of our flower, if that makes any sense. And now, just to finish the petals, we can see they have those little lines that we're going to try to recreate. And now let's just add a little bit of volume right at the bottom of our petals. And moving on to our third flower's center, this time we're going to draw small circles. We're going to layer them as well and making them smaller each time. And right on the clearest area, we don't even have to complete the full circle. We can just draw a few curvatures here and there, and that will do the trick. And once again, we add a few lines in the petals for texture. And if you're finding this helpful, a like always helps support the channel and lets me know if you'd like to see more videos like this. And by the way, thank you so much for all of your support so far. You guys are amazing, and I am truly, deeply grateful. And remember, you can also find me on Instagram and very recently on TikTok. Each channel has different formats, so you will find different and more varied content over there. And now, on to our last flower's center, the sunflower. Here, we're going to use a technique often called scribble shading. This technique consists of making small, loose, and irregular wiggles with the pen to gradually build value and texture. This technique allows the pen to move more freely in small, circular, or wavy motions. By layering these little scribbles closer together, we can create darker areas, and by leaving more space between them, the surface remains lighter. I especially like using this technique for flower centers because it creates a very natural, organic texture that suggests the cluster forms we often see in nature. And just like that, we now have a structure that can become many different flowers. And remember that starting with simple structures like this can make the whole process feel much more approachable. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.